we all know the scripture. What does it mean to turn the other cheek as Yeshua commanded us? A lot of people take that scripture as just being a doormat and letting people do whatever they want onto you. But something I've realized in my studies, that parts of the body in the Hebrew language actually have symbolism. And for example, the neck represents physical substance, livelihood, or your livelihood, or even your physical looks to a degree. The cheek in Hebrew. Now, what is the cheek? It's soft and tender. I'm not a good example of this, but it's soft and tender. It represents beauty. It represents the tenderness of our youth, the dew of our youth. Okay? So, when Yeshua commanded us to turn the other cheek, it doesn't necessarily mean what most people think it means. Now, I'm going to show you an example of this. In Psalm 3, verse 7, okay? I'm in the Sefer reading. Arise, O Yahuwah. Save me, O Eloi. For you have smitten all my enemies upon the cheekbone. You have broken the teeth of the wicked. Okay, so what does this verse mean? You have smitten all my enemies upon the cheekbone. What does that mean? Now, if you're following this channel, I've been teaching and explaining and proving and showing this doctrine that upon the judgment coming soon, the righteous will be glorified in their light bodies, and the unrighteous will be clothed with death, will receive their unglorified bodies. And I believe wholeheartedly this verse in Psalm 3, verse 7, is referring to that. You have smitten all my enemies on the cheekbone. So he's going to eternally change their physical looks. He's going to take away the dew of their youth. You have broken the teeth of the wicked. That means he's going to undo their counsels, their evil counsels. So when Yeshua told us to turn the other cheek, I believe it means when the enemy strikes us with sickness or strikes our physical appearance, we just give it to him, because this tabernacle from which we live in is temporal. We're going to be redeemed. We're going to be as the estate of angels. So it's just temporal. It's just part of taking up our cross and following Messiah. So that's what I believe it really means to turn the other cheek. We focus on what's above, not below. And we give this life as a living sacrifice. So I pray this is a blessing to you. So if the enemy ever does smite you with cancer, or destroys your looks, or does something like that, count it all as joy, because it counts as greater glory when you receive your glorified bodies in the judgment, and that lasts forever, as this life is but a vapor. So henceforth, we turn the other cheek when the enemy smites us in our cheek, when he smites us in our youth and our looks. It doesn't matter, because we have an eternal reward that's much far greater. All right. Yah bless you. Shabbat shalom. I pray this is a blessing.